Barcelona. But the facts are the fact is for me that Team Liquid looks good yesterday. You know, Barca, they look decent as well, but yeah, Team Liquid they've always been known to play to the level of their opponents, and Barca being a pretty solid team, I think will only make Team Liquid feel more comfortable in this matchup.
And I'm very curious to see, what developments we get from Barca throughout the season, because it did seem in the first two regional like they were overly reliant on the Ronaki shooting. Can't afford for it anymore. That's a fantastic save to keep Barca out to start with. But they're trying to spread it out a little bit more. We're seeing more of Devo on the ball lately. And he is going to be called into action here. Good challenge. There's a couple of new cars on the field today. Devo's is especially striking.
Wow. Glitter
There's
box.
no way he's getting a demo today. You'll see that coming even if he's behind you.
Well, the thing is, he might be going for the opposite effect. He's not trying to come in, surprisingly. He's trying to blind his opponents in their approach. He's going to just come in and totally outshine them, I suppose. But yeah, Devo looking fabulous today. Oh, wait a minute. Was that a goal steal? Who got this one? Pretty much. Oh, that's one of the best goal steals I've ever seen. 1-0 Liquid.
I don't think anyone ever gets that lucky.
What?
Whenever you do that pass and it gets hit into you, that's it. Play over. You'll have another chance later on. Instead, the ball was very kind this time around, and it went in. Here comes Devo. And I'm not going to be able to get over this car. That is it. That's on the field.
What is he doing? This is so ridiculous. But hey, this is one of the new cars that's come out with Rocket League free to play. If you want to give it a go, then get yourself into the game. Cuxter's missed out overhead. He was probably just fixated on Devo's big glittered box. That
you ever got like
around.
Those sort of glittered up like birthday cards or whatever, and you touch it and you just got all the glitter on your hands.
Yeah, glitter goes everywhere.
Every single time you touch Devo, you're gonna just see it spreading to the other cars.
Team Liquid are gonna be saying, "Come on, Devo, stop touching the ball. It's getting covered in glitter."
No one demo him. It will go across the entire field.
Oh dear, yeah, the glitter explosion. Now that is an update that I would love to see in the future. Psyonix, please.
That's our dumb idea of the day, Johnny. We seem to get one out every broadcast.
That I was actually going to put that one in our good ideas list. We've got the dumb one. Dumb one's probably coming later. Low shot by Pretty. That's smart finishing, but good save by Itachi. Hard hit by Devo to the Team Liquid end of the field. I like what I'm seeing so far from Team Liquid. Solid start, and it reminds me of how they started off yesterday against Vitality. They had a great start in that series. I think controlling most of the series for the first two games. It was only in game 3 where Vitality really stepped it up significantly. But unfortunately for Barca, they don't yet have the same level of, I don't know if I would call it pop-off potential or just the ability to step it up a gear. They're a very consistent team, but they're consistently in that not quite top gear mode. Ronaki nicely done to save Speed's shot, his former teammate there. Initially qualifying to RLCS together before Speed went to team with Cuxter and has stayed that way ever since. That's somewhat open. Speed with a difficult read. He won't reach it. Ronaki again with a clear. It's new boy Itachi for Barca, who I think is the key in this one. He's got to try and do what Alpha does for Vitality. Just be everywhere and anywhere that the other team don't want him to be.
Oh, that's a great lead by Devo as well. Just keep this up. He's demanding Fruity comes in towards him.
He's just showing off.
He is. I don't think he's quite realized that, his team's down by 1 right now. Maybe less strutting. Maybe more scoring. Itachi will try and find a teammate. Ronaki has actually moved forward a bit here, and Cuxter can catch him out.
Oh, Cuxter 97 with one of his trademark air dribbles, just getting one heavy first touch and then racing after it to get a second one. And this is the story of Team Liquid's strategy these days. Get Cuxter into offense as much as possible. He's a really difficult player to read, one of the only Batmobile players in the game recently. So you just never really know what to expect from him. Such a unique playstyle, and that causes problems just inherently. Just the mere presence of Cuxter in the final third is a threat, and he's showing it right now.
Team Liquid showing us what they are capable of. We actually don't know what they were going to look like in stage 2, and has been proven that just because you do manage to get through doesn't mean you're going to show up on the next day, as Oxygen have proven to us so far of their loss. They'll need to figure it out over in the 0-1 side of the bracket, as it's going to be over to the side. Devo hasn't got a teammate to find here, and this has been an issue, actually. We've not seen clear-cut opportunities coming forward for Barca Esports. Speed with another huge challenge. They're not getting anything for free right now. Fruity's got Cookster coming up in support, and he will score it.
More good news for Team Liquid. They're connecting well. The pressure is really getting to Barca. I think you're really, at that point, I think Devo's just got a challenge. He turns around with the fake challenge at the near post, but from that range, really, what does that accomplish? Okay, you forced the opponent to pass the ball across the box, but that's what they wanted to do anyway. A bit too passive for Barca in defense. And that's, you know, not going to do them any favors later on in this series. I think they've got to try and take the game to Team Liquid like Vitality did yesterday. Really try and pressure them and force those mistakes. Because these days, Team Liquid are not making mistakes when the other team don't make them do it.
No, certainly not. It is going to be Team Liquid coming through with the Game 1 win, and it was in style. Cuxter grabbing himself 2, but I think the main storyline here, Johnny, is the fact that Team Liquid are finding each other. As for Barca Esports, it did seem like they just didn't really know how they wanted to score. They were getting the ball to the other side of the field, they were getting challenged, and then after that, it all sort of fell apart on the offensive side.
Yeah, they were just outplayed. You know, Barca just a bit too slow. The passing wasn't coming together in the Team Liquid half. Mostly due to Liquid's brilliant interceptions. And we have obviously saw that crazy goal steal by Fruity. That's honestly one of the best goal steals I've ever seen. The only thing that stopped Cuxter from getting his hat-trick in Game 1. But yeah, everything went perfectly there for Team Liquid. They've got Cuxter scoring, so his confidence is going to be nice and high. And Speed is, I think, playing just the perfect anchor role for this team, letting Fruity run riot and letting Cuxter get as many scoring opportunities as he can.
This is Team Liquid at their best, and it has been a shame this season that due to previous performances, we haven't been allowed to see it, as Cooks here going to take this solo for the time being, ends up just popping it over to Devo. But you do get the feeling that, you know, a Team Liquid will look much more solid in the playoff bracket compared to how they would look in the Swiss, because all they have to do for that is perform, and they don't have to worry about bouncing back from losses.
Yeah, this is what Team Liquid have been waiting for, a chance to finally make that deep run, and they're in form. You know, they've gone into a lot of series. Oh, good save by Fruity. He was off his line, made it hard for himself, but he's done well. And again on the backboard, what recovery by Fruity. I was going to mention, you know, Team Liquid going into every other RLCS regional up until now, they've been well aware that they're not playing all that consistently. They're not playing all that confidently, and that's obviously affected them going into it. But now they know, okay, we are playing well. Let's just do our thing. And just that very fact alone, I think, is what's causing them to be so reliant on that play style they've discovered. They're like, oh, wow, yeah, Speed is actually such an insanely good third man. Let's just unleash Cuxter and Fruity on everybody. And, you know, yesterday's run for them to make it in here was so impressive, beating 3 other teams who did make it into this stage of the competition. Team Liquid yesterday able to take down Libertas. Oh, good goal. Veronica actually getting a bit of a free shot here. And a rare missed hit by Speed. Not sure if he tried to pop that up for the third man, but it definitely didn't go that way.
And the Veronica engine gets going. When it comes to his goal scoring, he always spots the opportunity. And he was given an absolutely golden one there, as Devo's going to start us off for the second round of play. Well, he's taking a lot of time, and why not? No one was challenging him. Tried to bring Itachi into it. Made comparisons earlier on between Itachi and Alpha, but so far this series, Itachi's not done enough with the ball. I don't even know if he's really had the boost control so far to do much with it, as Fruity wants the double tap. That is a great save from Devo, taking one out, and that means no follow-up on the play. Devo's going to look for a block, and Fruity forced to play out wide. Didn't pick up the 100 boost on his way through. He's going to grab it on the way back. Team Liquid do not want to give away this opportunity. Fruity almost recovered in time to play it over to Speed, but it is Barca that got rid, and Speed has made a few mistakes there, and he gets himself out of it.
That was bold, but Speed done well. Staying goal side of the ball, staying nice and close to it. Still going, actually. Itachi dispossessed him. Cuxter with the deflection of the crossbar. Roniki's up for this. Does not have backup. Team Liquid continue to rely on Fruity to lead the offense, just to disrupt the Barcelona defense. Try to make life as difficult for them as possible. Oh, he's missed this though, and Devo makes it 2-0. A couple of loose balls in the half of Team Liquid. You can't leave those hanging for Barca to strike, or they will put them back in the net.
It is once again on that right-hand wall. Just need to start popping it a little bit further and a little bit harder. Barca Esports now up 2-0. A game that they have looked much more comfortable in so far. He's going to drop down for Devo. Takes it under his own control. He's got Itachi to aim for, but the pass was too high. You need to be very precise, especially when the person you're passing to has stopped. So it means that their range of motion is not quite as good. You've got to pretty much put it onto the hood of the car. 2 minutes left. Team Liquid need a flurry. They need an opportunity, and they might get it from this. In comes Cooksit for the shot.
There it is.
And he nails it.
And it felt like it was coming. Team Liquid again and again just battering this defense. And you'll notice Fruity there onto Ronicky on the goal line. That's what left the goal wide open for Cuxter to shoot at. And Ronicky was not far off, recovered in time to save that. But Cuxter's shot was fast. 2-1 Liquid on the board. And so far they've, you know, had something to say about all the goals that have been in this game. Oh, great pre-jump on Cuxter's end. The block Ronicky's free flip shot. I'm going to say, though, I think if Team Liquid just keep making solid contact on the ball, Barca are going to struggle to get the ball past them. They're going to struggle to score. They're not really creating unstoppable chances on net. It's only when Team Liquid hit a really, bad touch in the midfield that Barca are able to punish them.
Oh, here comes Itachi. Didn't quite sneak it in, but Devo should have an opportunity to miss that one, and he certainly won't. Trying to figure out where exactly the last few players went. Our speed just popped up, and the boost got taken from him. All right, list of goals that really hurt. That one.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Up until now, I said that, Barca, they've collected a couple of open nets off Team Liquid, bad touches. That was more like it from Barca. They earned that goal. Devo, behind enemy lines, just kind of confused Speed when he spawned. It took the boost from him, and then turns around and shoots into that wide open net. I don't think Speed realized after the respawn for the demo that the net was, in fact, wide open. There's still a chance for Team Liquid late in this game. Their, chances are not too few and far between. But Barca getting that 2-goal lead back. Very, very comfortable situation for them. Speed opts for the stealing route to the ball here. Going to fly into a bump, maybe. Cuxter blocked by Devo, and a free shot. Oh, well done. Artachi getting up quickly. Almost a beat there for Fruity, but it wasn't to be. Barca are hanging on.
And they're just looking to try and get rid of this now, but Cuxter won't let it happen. Fruity's already up. They couldn't quite hook it around. Speed needs to win this challenge. They need to get a goal off this play now. The ball is going to be put over to the left-hand side. Fruity with Speed in the midfield if he wants him, but the offensive rotation not quite clicking at the right times. It means that every single time a player came in, other players were starting to go out, and there was no one to really work with to start doubling up on the defense. So it is going to be game number 2 over to Barca Esports, and a much more positive take to come out of this one.
Yeah, I think Barca can be somewhat happy with this performance. I don't think they're going to be absolutely thrilled. Team Liquid throwing away possession a few times at key moments allowed Barcelona to score a couple and get that strong lead early on in the game. But I'm just wondering what kind of Team Liquid is going to show up in Game 3. For now, to me, it looks like they're the team who are going to be deciding who takes the win in this round. Itachi and Devo were monumental in this game, surely, for Barcelona, able to catch Team Liquid out whenever they do miss-hit the ball in that midfield. But Team Liquid just have to keep doing what they're doing, but more consistently. Just make sure to get solid touches on that ball. Make sure not to give any freebies to Barca, any uncontested hits, because when they were reading the game, when they were following or playing a very solid reactive style in game number 1, Barca didn't look too dangerous. And yeah, I think Team Liquid should be able to replicate that game 1 performance.
Certainly so. As for Barca, I feel like they are just, following the game plan that you set out yesterday, Johnny, where you said, if Liquid are starting to make mistakes, don't press it. Let them keep doing it, because we did see a crack come up there in game 2. And the issue of Liquid is you don't know if they're going to fix that crack or if it's about to, you know, get a bit bigger as we come into game number 3. So a lot of eyes on Team Liquid, and more specifically, how they deal with the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I think, well, if Barca want to try and bring those mistakes out of the Liquid defense, it's all about boosting pressure. Oh, wow. Cuxter had to really stretch his neck out to catch that one. He did manage to get on the right side of it. Oh, Speed with a crazy play on the back wall. So tricky. Fruity in an awkward position. Has he got another touch? He does, but it's not a good one. Speed has to backflip on this spot, but Cuxter's there for the save. But that was uncomfortable for Team Liquid. Pre-jumping Speed just had to flip on the spot to get the block on the ball. Now great pass. Ronicky puts it in. That's fantastic from Barca. The Liquid defense are scrambling, and again, they are able to take the ball under control and put 2 and 2 together. And that's the first time that 2 plus 2 is going to equal a 1-0 lead.
I'm almost glad that the goal went in, because that was a breakneck pace that we started off here. I do feel like that goal was coming. Didn't quite know which team it was going to be for. Barca getting the better of it. Here's Fruity. That's a fantastic knock-on. It's going to be possible for Cuxter to move up. He tries to take out Devo. In comes Itachi. He's also been taken out. It's down to Fruity to finish the play, and the crossbar will deny him.
You cannot believe it. Team Liquid's so close, but they will not get the ball to cross the line. It's just hanging around, waiting to be cleared. That's both teams now have had the same thing happen to them. It's an absolute scramble on the goal line to get rid of the danger. But unlike Barca, Team Liquid are not able to keep the pressure up. They're not able to convert in the aftermath.
And they are able to keep the ball on the other side of the field. A power clear. Speed's facing it sideways, so Ronicky fancies his chances. Here comes Devo. Double tap to really displace the play. There's Devo again on the wall. He's been tasked with keeping this pressure going as the rest of the team looks for their opportunity. The good thing for Team Liquid is that this ball keeps bouncing from wall to wall. Hasn't been much to follow it, but this time around it is down to Devo. Save from Speed. Itachi can't win the challenge against Cooks there. Here comes a scramble to the other side of the field, and Roniky's pretty much centered it. In comes Speed, and Ronicky, just like Speed did in the last game, bails himself out from his own mistake.
Yeah, solid challenge there for Ronicky. He read the infield very well, timed his arrival to the center perfectly. Now it's again Team Liquid having to do some defending. Speed will get this one away from dazzling Devo. Fruity needs to try and cause more disruption. That's what Team Liquid are waiting for. He likes to lead the attack for this team. Likes to try and get in that final third, get as many bumps as he can, get as many touches in the ball as he can, as many boost steals. You saw him do it right there. You know, as they say that Fruity's leading the attack because that's what you need to happen in order to facilitate Cuxter's striking, to get the ball into positions where Cuxter are going to take an uncontested shot. Now Cuxter's going to call Speed off this one. Chance for Team Liquid to make something happen, perhaps as well. It's going to hang on the back wall, far too close, far too easy for Devo to clear. Barca
keep being very content. Whenever they feel like a play is dropping away from being a surefire goal scoring opportunity, they instantly abort the play, move the ball to the left wall, and they might have to deal with Cuxter's double tap. Ran out of boost at the end, so he couldn't quite score it. Ronicky looks to transition, and Speed will keep it out. That's what he's there for. Speed again gets back on the rotation nice and quick. Now being used for the transition to the other side. Devo is going to hit the ceiling. That's going to really stunt how far that ball goes. Comes a mid-air race, a minute and a half left here, Johnny, and this has been a fantastic series so far. It's not a great clear from Itachi. Infield pass to Speed, but Ronicky instantly reads it.
Yeah, Ronicky's been phenomenal this game. The defensive reads are keeping Barca in front. Although nobody was defending that Cuxter double touch, it was only Cuxter's boost running out that kept them in the game. Another good position for Ronicky to be in. But Team Liquid are all in the offense here. All facing the wrong way, though, it would seem. Speed manages to make a quick turn on the ball, but it's intercepted by Barca. Ronicky doesn't want to make a knock-on into the middle because Cuxter will just dribble it clear. Still end up happening. Now Speed's running ahead. He's looking for the demo. Will he get it? Oh, yes, he will. Cuxter, 1-1. But it's all in Speed's hands on this play.
Slow. You can see Cuxter immediately just stops with the boost and allows Speed to go and do what he needed to do. One each. 44 seconds left on the clock. End-to-end gameplay.
And what a celebration by Cuxer as well. The side plank. It's difficult to land clean in Rocket League. Showing how it's done there. Probably going to have plenty side plank in Batmobiles in rank today. Wonder if we will see a new all-time record again for Rocket League players online concurrent. We had one yesterday. I don't know what the actual peak was, but it's something ridiculous. Well over 1 million. So welcome to all of you new viewers who are just tuning into competitive Rocket League for the first time after Rocket League has gone free to play. And hey, if you're one of those long-time Rocket League fans and you've never given the game a go, just like to watch, no better time to give it a try.
Certainly not. Oh, what a save by Devo.
Wow.
Figures out which way the ball was going to drop and manages to get his car in front of it. Here we go, overtime to put yourselves onto 2 match points. And Devo tries to sneak it past Cuxer. It was always going to be a bit of a desperate attempt. Everyone backing down from Cuxer here, and he's going to happily take advantage of the space. Ends up missing his second touch. Roniki's actually cutting in behind Speed. Plays it quick enough to avoid being demoed. Nobody backboard right now. Cuxer has to use a bit of boost. Roniki keeps it going. Cuxer gets it underneath. Speed gets rid. Devo off the backboard once again. Itachi's coming up behind him to follow. Nothing quite turning up here for Barca, but they keep the pressure on. They've done a much better job of maintaining pressure for long periods of time. You just get the feeling that there might be the break at some point as Cuxer blocks it to the left-hand side. Finally breathing room for Team Liquid.
Huge blocks coming in for both teams. Roniki, like I mentioned earlier, has been phenomenal in this game. Reading what Team Liquid are trying to do, beating them to those positions. The infield passes have been stifled, and Team Liquid are kind of afraid to go for them right now because every time they do, it just turns into a pass to Roniki. There it is again. He's first on the ball, or first to the ball, as it bounces out to the middle. Fruity looks for Speed down the middle, who's actually running ahead to look for more bumps on goalkeepers. Extremely aggressive game for Speed. Fruity with very little boost, won't be able to get the ball into the crossbar. And there's not a lot of boost for Barca either. Game grinds to a halt, but eventually it will bounce out to Roniki, and again, he's the one who's able to get that ball into the Liquid half.
Oh, Devo's going to be by himself, but a bit of a mistouch from Cuxer is going to slow the play down. I'd like that to be ahead of his passing option. It's Roniki to Devo. Devo for Itachi. Itachi to try and take it, but Speed intercepts. And we break away yet again, but they almost want these touches to either be a bit more awkward for the final defender or a little bit looser, so that way they can try and follow up afterwards. As it is for Cuxer once again. He is clipped on his way through. He cannot recover to take the double tap, but Roniki took it away from him anyway.
Yeah, quite a few, big interceptions coming in for both teams. This the danger of infield passing in this matchup. Maybe the mix-up in offense is going to be what wins it. One team can be more unpredictable at a time like this. The advantage will heavily swing in their favor. Like Roniki is just in the way of everything Liquid tried to do at the moment. But he's not back for this one. That's awkward for Itachi. Great catch on the back wall. Had to use all his boost in order to hit that ball. Catch it midair and then stop it on the back wall again. Team Liquid are coming forward now. Speed advances. It's still back corner control for Barca. Looking good. Team Liquid are going to need to find another way through.
It almost feels like it's a two-wave attack from Team Liquid so far. First wave, typically from Speed. Doesn't really want to play it too much. He just wants to make life awkward for the final player. Maybe get a bump on them. Maybe steal the back boost. We already see it yet again. Hooks his way through. Couldn't find anyone this time around. That's when he makes his way back. Allows Fruity to move on in afterwards. Here's Cooks it to the corner. Itachi will easily take over, but it's a question of how early will he be challenged? And Itachi's dance past Speed. Fruity has to cover. Devo can't get it past Cooks there. These two teams reading each other so well so far. Passing plays haven't really managed to connect, and it's not for a lack of creativity. It's just how good those defenses have been as Itachi's up. He has given his team the match points.
Speed from the Moroccan. And unfortunately for Team Liquid, Speed on their side just did not do enough with that ball in the back corner. He ended up passing it to Devo more than anything else, who was happy to offload to Itachi. And that is huge, Shogun. Barca don't need points from this major. They are already in, or they don't need points from this regional, sorry. They've already qualified for the European major #1 for this season. Team Liquid, they do need these points. They really need points from today quite badly. When they're still not into that top 16. The pressure's on, absolutely, at this point. They're 2-1 down. They're the team who need it more, but Barca are just handling this Liquid offense with such great effect. I'm surprised they were able to figure that out as quickly as they did, with Fruity having such a great game one. Cuxor getting essentially a hat trick if it wasn't for Fruity's goal steal. Everything seems to be going perfectly for Liquid, but Barca, with, you know, off the back of Roniki's interceptions mainly, but a full team, like, solid defensive effort, have really stopped Liquid in their tracks.
Yeah, I think one thing that's going to be really worrying, though, for Liquid fans is that that's not the first goal that Barca have got when Speed tries to clear on that left-hand wall.
Oh, wow.
Gotta get that sorted out, but Roniki, he doesn't need any sort of help from Liquid this time around. He just full powers, and off the demo from Devo can put them up by 1.
That's insane. What a read by Devo to know that the shot was possible in that position. So many players would have just rotated back there and thought there's no point in going for a keeper demo in that position. But with how dangerous some of Team Liquid's clears are in the back corner, makes sense. That was another one where Fruity manages to get the ball past 1, but so what? The follow-up player is just shooting. So why would you want to do that in the first place? Good close down there on Roniki's shot. And that's, for me, been the problem for Liquid. Not just in this game, but in the overtime that we just saw. The panicking in the back corner. Look at Roniki, by contrast. Controls the ball brilliantly. Easily gets past his man. And it's not even about the outplay. It's all about not getting dunked on, as we saw. You know, Guild the other day showing us not how to do it. How not to do it, I should say. Team Liquid likewise, not the exact same way to fail as Guild, but not much better solution either. Roniki makes it 2-0. That is about as good as an infield pass can be.
Roniki, when he shoots, it's just like an instant speed up button. He touches it, and the ball will go as fast as it possibly can, probably into the nearest top corner he can find. But Barca, they are showing yet again that whilst they do struggle to maintain offense typically, when they can actually feed these opportunities to themselves, they are so good. As Roniki's off the wall, I think Itachi got called off. As Roniki wants to keep going, Itachi caught Speed again. Team Liquid are very much up against it now. They've got 4 minutes to figure this out. Here's into the midfield yet again. They cannot afford to drop a third, though. That is rule number 1 right now for this team. As Itachi's starting to dance around.
There's still a lot of time left in the game. That's the silver lining for Team Liquid. And you concede 2 early on in the game. Well, at least you've still got a long time left to work with. But it's that panicking defense in the back corner. It's the difference between these two teams for me. Both offenses have looked effective at times, although right now, Barca's looks to be significantly more effective because Team Liquid are the team who are panicking defensively. Itachi manages to get the ball past everybody here. It's just a last-minute save by Cuxor to keep Barca from going 3 ahead. Just look at how many pre-jumps we're seeing from Liquid. Look how many soft clears we're seeing. And then you look at Barca in the other half, none to speak of. They have got the ability to dribble out of defense whenever necessary. They've got the confidence to play for those 50-50s and those challenges in the back corner. Huge part of the modern 3v3 game.
For Team Liquid, we're talking about how they have been panicking almost in defense. Well, now that they're 2 goals down with half the game played, starting to look more and more like they're getting panicked across the entire field. They know they are against the clock here. They're just going to go back midfield and Barca again. Take back control. Haven't had to deal with anything really yet. Roniki moves himself to a hat-trick hero. And they have dismantled Team Liquid here in Game 4. And they're doing it handily.
Oh, man. Fruity was just waiting on the goal line there for Devo to drive past him, and you obviously know it's not going to happen. Devo just waits until the Roniki shot happens, and then he smacks Fruity off the goal. It looked, you know, you're wondering why is that an open goal for Team Liquid again? It's because Devo keeps on demoing and bumping goalkeepers with perfect timing.
3 goals. This is just getting worse and worse for Team Liquid. Very much starting to look similar to their Vitality matchup yesterday, where kept it close for the start, kept it close for the most part, but fell apart towards the very end. For Barca, they've got so much momentum right now. Speed has to score off this. Just got nothing going for them. They've barely even seen the orange side of the field, let alone got a shot on target as Cooks it back to the wall. No real follow-up except for himself, and that is a good block yet again. Barca shutting everything down.
Yeah, I am, so impressed with this performance from Ronicky. It's very easy to, look at the stats for this game and see, oh, yeah, Ronicky's got 3 goals. Nothing unusual there. He's known as the striker of the team. That's what he does, and leave it at that. But there's been so much more to this performance than just goal-scoring ability for Ronicky. He's reading the game brilliantly. He's doing to Team Liquid what Speed usually does to Team Liquid's opponents. Just intercepting everything, blocking every single dribble, and making their offense look very, very tame by comparison. At this point, it's over. Team Liquid, they started off the series well, but it fell apart, and I think they're going to be pretty annoyed with this loss. I don't think, yesterday's loss to Vitality was too much of a bother to them because of the way Vitality were playing. They were just brilliant. But Team Liquid were their own worst enemies at times in this one. It's an unfortunate thing that has popped up quite a few times this season. We've got 1 goal here off the kickoff. I think there was a team collision there for Barca to get in each other's way a little bit, but I'm sure that with the defense that they've had on display for the past 3 games, they're going to be able to hold on to this one without too many issues.
Well, a couple of updates as well from around the field, as we now have both the 1-0 and the 0-1 matches happening here. BDS and Guild over on the E-League stream, I believe, is currently at the tiebreaker game, the ace game, as you like to call it, Johnny. 2-2 between them, as Devo, he has just been ace all series long. Man. He's going to pick himself up another one. Vitality have beaten the former Monkey Squad. I'm going to get used to this name eventually. I swear.
Yeah, Galaxy Racer. That's
Galaxy Racers, there we go. And Top Blokes taking down Libertas. So all of those teams are going to move to 2-0. Auction bounced back against Barrage with a 3-0 win. Endpoint dropped 2-3 against Nameseekers. Sodery 3-0 against Fadeaway, so their day gets even worse. And Dignitas 3-2 against S2V. So a very interesting barrel of results there.
Absolutely huge. Can't wait to hear the desk break down the conclusion of that round for us. Team Liquid against... I was going to say, nice. We're done here, but actually we're not. Check out this double touch from Cuxer. Didn't run out of boost for the second hit this time. Very, very nicely done. It's that reverse air roll at the last second to ensure that he not only hits that on target, but pretty powerfully as well.
My quarterfinal prediction between Barca and Top Blokes is looking a little bit risky now that they're both on 2-0 coming out of their series.
I thought that was going to be another one of those deflection own goals we've seen a few times this season. One of them at the hands of Vitality against Team Liquid, and vice versa as well, actually. K-Dop and Cuxer both had one on both ends of the same matchup. But today belongs to Barca. The entire desk, including ourselves, were wrong on this. Team Liquid not anywhere near as consistent, not anywhere near as composed as they were yesterday. I think maybe we underestimated the pressure that is on these guys' shoulders, because like we said earlier, Barca don't need points from this to make it into the major. Obviously, they still want to make it as far in this regional as they can, because there's so much money on the line and more points towards that eventual World Championship qualification at the very end of the year, which is huge. But Team Liquid trying to get into that top 16 to make it into the first major has been a struggle, and it's not easier on the last day either. They're back to 1-1 now. Ronicky was phenomenal. Devo, performance-wise, was just as glistening as his car was, and I think Tachi showing time and time again why he is a great player, great pickup for this team that not many people were talking about as one of the best in Europe going into this season, but they've definitely got the potential to be one as the season progresses.
Certainly not. As for Team Liquid, they'll be coming into this tournament and they know the situation they're in. They know they've been underperforming, and I'm sure they haven't appreciated both us as the broadcasters, everyone at home, also just sort of compiling on top of it. So the pressure will well and truly be on in our next round, which is coming up after a short break.